In this lecture, I'd like to chat about using the automation that we created in Make. This won't be a hands-on lecture like the others. Instead, we'll discuss the implementation of the project and how to use it more effectively within Make. First, once you've completed and tested this project, you'll probably want to turn it on. After all, it wouldn't make much sense to keep interacting with it through Make. So you would need to enable scheduling in the bottom left, which we can see here, so we can simply turn it on. Now, since this is a bot, you'll likely want it to reply instantly. But if you were creating something else, you might not need that. In that case, be mindful of your API use. This is when you might adjust these schedule settings to have them run differently. So you might want it run once every day, certain days of the week or month, and so on. But as this is a bot, I'm going to leave it set to run immediately and click OK. I just wanted to point that out in case you want to create something completely different which doesn't need immediate scheduling. Next, I want to make sure you're aware of scenario settings. So click on the cog along the bottom to access them. And this is where you can select or deselect various settings that apply to the entire scenario. Feel free to explore these on your own. The descriptions are very clear. But one option that might be particularly important to you is data is confidential. If you choose yes, like I'm going to do now, that means it won't log any process data. Selecting data confidentiality does have certain drawbacks though, such as debugging issues. However, if you're working with sensitive information, it can be a crucial option. But that covers everything here, so we can click OK to close those settings. Of course, working with Make can be much more complex than what we've covered. You can delve even deeper with things such as flow control and other features, though they weren't relevant for our project. But to wrap up, I'll just click Save to confirm the changes that we've made. Now, let's head to the Make dashboard to get a bird's eye view of our scenario and its history. First, we can see the diagram of the scenario, and you can see along the top that we're in the Diagram tab. This gives you a bird's eye view of all the functions, i.e. modules, in your scenario, and also their history on the right-hand side. Now, under History, if you select the tab at the top, what you'll be able to see from here are the timestamps of when the scenario has run. This is super helpful if you have an active scenario that's constantly running. Next up, there are incomplete executions. This can be valuable too. We don't have anything here since our project worked as intended, but if you encounter any issues with executions, they'll show up here. Now let's go back to Diagram, and that's it for this lecture. We've successfully created our automation. It retrieves messages from Telegram, feeds them into the ChatGPT API, and then sends the output back to Telegram. I'm sure you can come up with many other creative ways to use this API in Make. I'll catch you in the next lecture, where I've prepared an optional assignment for you.